Hi there and welcome. My name is Selena Beasley and I am an executive makeup coach. I teach women in business how to do their own makeup like a professional so that they can show up as the face of their brand, looking the part of their success. And right about now, you're probably thinking, this girl's a makeup coach, she doesn't have a stitch of makeup on. And that is because today I am going to demonstrate how to create a camera-ready makeup look in 20 minutes or less. Let's have a little reality check. Are you a woman in business? Are you an online professional, a course creator, a thought leader, a brand leader who only wears makeup when they have an important meeting or a live webinar or a virtual meeting? I'm the same way. When you work from home and when you run your own schedule and you don't have to report anywhere, it's real easy to just stay in your yoga clothes and then just, swipe on because we're busy. I mean, that's the whole reason why, we don't have time to spend hours and hours in front of the mirror, primping and applying our makeup. And so, however, we want to show up as the face of our brand, looking polished and professional and prepared, and put together. It's a lot of P's. I didn't plan that. So I'm going to show you how to do this. But I have to give you one. Now, I tested this out this week. I need to give you one prerequisite to pulling this off in under 20 minutes. Okay. You need to have everything that you need at your fingertips and only what you need at your fingertips. In other words, it's time to audit your makeup collection. That way you are not rummaging around, wasting time, looking through a gazillion compacts and broken applicators and lipsticks that have expired and to try to find shades that work for you. This is something that if you saw my makeup collection, you'd be like, that's really small. And I keep it small for a reason, because too much, you don't have time to just be digging through stuff that just doesn't work for you anymore. Plus it's just annoying. So that is the one thing I would say to you is make sure that everything you have is everything you need. And if you need help putting together, doing a quarterly makeup audit, which I highly recommend, doing a quarterly makeup bag audit, or knowing, what colors do I even need in my collection? I have made it super, super easy for you. You can download my ultimate makeup makeover. This is the high performer's guide to camera ready makeup, and it will walk you through the colors you need to have and how to perform a makeup bag audit. So what do you say we get started? Okay, this is assuming that you have washed, hydrated, and primed your face. And so let's go ahead and get started. I would say, I'll watch the clock. The goal is to perform this little magic act in 20 minutes or less. And first, we're going to start with foundation coverage. I recommend full liquid coverage foundation in a matte formula for the camera. Actually, I'm gonna use this mirror here to, by the way, we started this little race at 11:04. So I'm timing myself. Okay, so it would help to have the right tools. And so I highly, highly, highly recommend. Now, I realize that as I'm putting this on, you're like, oh my gosh, it's a different color. No, in general, when you put on a liquid foundation, it's going to go on lighter. You have to let it dry, and then it's going to pick up your skin tone and your skin undertone. So I have a deep ivory, light beige skin tone. And so I have matched my foundation perfectly to my skin tone and my neutral undertone. you're gonna get all kinds of tips and tricks while I'm doing this. You want to, in order to find the closest foundation match, the one that most closely matches your skin tone and undertone, I recommend, after you're done here, going and taking the skin undertone quiz. If you'd like to do that, comment quiz, and you can find out, okay, do I have a cool, a warm, or a neutral skin undertone? Okay, so do you see, even as I was applying that, you know what's not helping too is this light is super warm. Let me change that. Maybe that's a little better. No, it's off. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now you're getting a little bit truer color. This is shaping up to be my true color. Okay, so matte formula for your skin tone, for your skin undertone coverage is always first. Next, for camera, especially, I am speaking to you coaches, consultants, those of you that, are life coaches, really just encouraging people to establish healthy personal and professional boundaries. The last thing you want to look as a coach is tired, washed out, and it's, again, I was talking with a student who she runs a she works with sleep study patients, and she's like, I can't look tired. I can't look like I have bags under my eyes, when I'm I'm talking to people about optimizing their rest. And I was like, girl, I feel you. Okay, so you'll notice I used a color corrector under my eyes just to take care of any dark circles, bags. Anyway, corrector is definitely one that you want to have in your arsenal. Okay, next, I'm going to use concealer. This is foundation concealer. So I'm doing this as my foundation is, drying. I'm getting a nice application layer, even application layer on my skin. Okay, and you notice I put this on my hand so that I can evenly distribute it where I want it on my face, and I don't have it clumping up, in any one spot. Like, I always put a bead in the corner of my eye, and I don't want. Also notice that I bring my concealer down a little bit further, kind of along the top of my cheekbone, a little bit further than I did my corrector. And then I like to highlight these other zones of my face. So concealer rather, don't get the two confused. Concealer is going to, see, I'm rummaging. I'm wasting time rummaging. So first I'll take my finger and just kind of, evenly disperse in the larger zones, like under my eye. Highlight, correct concealer, for crying out loud, creates lift. The consistency is a little bit thicker than your foundation coverage. And so it's fantastic for eliminating any dark shadows that are cast on your face. I highly recommend a foundation concealer. The only rule when it comes to foundation concealer is you want to have a color that is just one shade lighter than your foundation coverage. So you notice it's about one shade lighter. Now when I blend it in, you're not going to notice it as much, but the purpose of it is because we're using it to create lift and highlight on areas of our face that are otherwise cast in shadow. We want it to be even a little bit lighter. Okay, so I have applied my concealer and corrector, and then quickly, I am going to set everything that I just did with a foundation setting powder. And foundation setting powder should be in the same color as your liquid foundation. Gotta get it all there. Don't need a lot. Start in the T-zone, work your way out and down. You want to apply your coverage in a downward, you create it, move in a downward direction. Move down. So this is because the fine hairs on your face grow down, and you want to work with the fine hairs on your face when you're applying your foundation coverage. Okay, next we're moving on to eyebrows. Now that seems a little bit like, why would you move on to eyebrows? Because your eyebrows, when mapped correctly, serve as sort of a guide for where to place your eyeshadow, where to place your blush, where to place your contour. Never underestimate the power. Now I'm doing this. Never underestimate the power of gorgeous eyebrows. Now I am doing this rather quickly because I can, and I want to show you that once you've mastered these skills, this can be pulled off very soon, very quickly. If you are interested in learning more about brow mapping, I did a live a few weeks ago on this very subject, on how to map your brows. And so you can go back and pull that up. Okay, done my brows. Never underestimate the power of gorgeous eyebrows. We're moving on to our cheek color. Look at us. It's been less than 10 minutes. Less than 10. All right, so I'm gonna apply my blush. And the apples of my cheeks and up my cheekbone. Now the reason why I told you to do your brows first, because your brows serve as a guide. I don't want my blush and contour to go in further than the arch of my brow. So, all right, so I've applied my blush. It's time to contour. So using the other side of my brush, I'm gonna contour from on my cheekbone, okay, from the top of my ear, right underneath that line, right underneath that blush that I just created. I'm gonna do a little bit of contour. I'm gonna rub the excess off here, right in the corners of my forehead. Again, using the arch of my brow as a guide. Ooh, you are getting a crash course today. I recommend, I'm going to say this as I'm applying my contour, so it needs to be said. I recommend keeping a camera-specific makeup bag because one, sometimes you need, you're on the go and you need to, I have like what I call my go live lipstick, and I typically only wear contour when I'm going to be on camera because otherwise it's a little bit intense for every day. And now I'm going to apply my highlighter. Anyway, I recommend keeping a separate capsule that is your camera capsule. This is your on camera colors that are rockin' for camera, that you just feel like, yes, I am putting my best face forward, baby. Okay, so after I apply my cheek color, I'm going to go back and lightly blend what I just did. No harsh lines. I want someone to make me a t-shirt. No harsh lines, because I say it all the time. No harsh lines. Okay, just an easy blend, nothing nuts, because we don't want to erase what we just so carefully applied. Let's move on to our lips. Okay, I cannot emphasize to you enough to prioritize. It's very difficult to talk and do this at the same time. Hold on a second. I also made an extra pot of coffee this morning, and so I'm a little jittery. So I'm going to not talk while I do this. I feel like I need elevator music in the background. Okay. Anyway, never underestimate the power of gorgeous brows. And if you're going to prioritize anything, any color in your arsenal, prioritize your lip color. Because nothing will make you look more, so I fill it in with my liner, then I go with my lipstick. And here's why. Do not skip on your lipstick. Here's why. The right lip shade for camera is going to keep you from looking dull, washed out, and tired. The right lip and properly applied lips and cheeks make your eyes look bigger. And this is like gospel according to Selena, but if your audience is paying attention to your lips, they're more likely to overhear your transformational message. So say it in a rockin' lip shade. When I'm teaching, I want people to pay attention to this area of my face because this is where the message is coming from. Now, you'll notice I lined, then I applied my lip color, then I lined again. Okay, we want these nice and defined. Let's move on to our eyes. Okay, I'm gonna go with a base shade, complementary to my natural eye color. I have hazel eyes, so I can wear a nice dusty rose shadow. Okay, next, I'm just gonna kind of do a similar wash of color, and I'm just gonna do a deeper, dustier rose. Deeper, dusty rose. And to accent my eye creases, this is just below my brow bone, and remember, we do not take it further than the edge of our eyebrow. Okay, I'm going to take a little deeper espresso right in the corners, give it a nice little deeper accent. You can blend with your fingers, especially if you're in a hurry. Okay. A little deep espresso to give it a little accent. And then with my all over eye brush in a light neutral color, I will accent my brows, take it all the way to the corner of my eyes, and I will also go over what I just did to blend it. All right, because say it with me, no harsh lines. I get so sick of hearing me say that, sorry. Okay, now, let's move on to eyeliner. Black eyeliner is best for camera. Trust me on this one. While it may, again, this is very difficult to do in talk. Not impossible, but not easy. And go ahead and you can very tightly line the bottom lash, just the outer third. You do not need to go all the way to the corner. In general, you only need to do that to the outer third. A heavy, thick black line on the lower lash line tends to draw the eye down, and it makes you look, I'm sad to say, older. It just undermines the energy, and you want to look energized, right? All right, so we're gonna pull that in. Yeah, baby. Okay, we're at 17 minutes. Can we do it? Can she pull it off? All right, I'm gonna smoke out my upper lash line ever so slightly, because you know what? I like a smoky look. I like it. This is so funny to do this and to talk at the same time. You know, I'm usually just doing this if you make a mistake, which we all do, like for instance, like I just go back with my concealer, you want to keep this area in the corner of your eye, you know, nice and bright. So go ahead and go back over it with your brush, the remaining concealer that's on your brush. It's okay. Do-overs are expected. That's why God made eye makeup remover. Which, speaking of remover, I had a student ask me, okay, great, so I can put on a makeup look. Now, how do I take it off? Because she's like, I only like it. I only want to put it on. What am I doing now? So I've done my eyeliner. I've done my eyeshadow. I put my translucent powder on before I do my mascara. Translucent powder is going to get rid of any unwanted shine, because you don't want shine for the camera. It's also going to take care of any stray eyeshadow that falls underneath your eyes. And I don't want to get translucent powder in my eyelashes, my wet eyelashes. So I do my lashes last. Give those baby a curl. Okay. What was I saying? Must not have been interesting if I can't remember. Oh, she said, okay, great. Thank you for teaching me how to put my makeup on. Now, how do I take it off? Because I don't want to keep this on all day. I was like, I totally get that. A bottle of micellar water, some Q-tips, and some cotton rounds, and eye makeup remover. And you can remove any excess. You can remove the whole thing if you want to. I use a volumizing mascara for camera because I want them to be thick and long and full of dimension. And you can do 2, 3. I don't do more than 3 coats, but you can. Depending on how long your lashes are, depending on how thick the formula, when you blink, it'll just cover it'll coat the bottom lashes. And finally, a finishing spray. And bam, 20 minutes, baby. And that was with talking. And that was with making a mistake. And that was with, I was hunting for a brush there. This is doable. Now, if you go back to this video and you see the transformation from the very beginning when we started this to now, you will see, hopefully, you will see that I went from looking tired and dull and washed out and quite frankly unprepared for our time together to more dynamic, more excited. If you test this on yourself, I promise you can take this one to the bank. If you go and watch videos of yourself where you really, maybe it was not a priority for you to put thought into your look before you went live or before you started your video. And then I want you to compare it to a video where you did put some thought into it and you were a little more intentional with your colors and you drew attention to the features that you wanted to bring out while you were teaching or presenting or selling, whatever it is that you do. And I want you to even hear the difference in your vocal inflections. I want you to see the difference in the brightness and the lift of your face. And this is because not only do you feel more confident, not only do you feel like you look gorgeous, but there is something that happens to when you create lift and brightness in your face It influences your whole countenance. It influences the inflection in your vocal tone. And that translates as energy and excitement. And that is what grabs your audience and makes them want to come back for more. So it's a little thing that can make a big difference. Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited that I nailed it. 20 minutes or less. Camera look. And I'm gonna go wash it off because it's just me and the puppies here today. So thanks for watching. If you, I almost didn't tell you this. I made you something. I created a lipstick masterclass, a free lipstick masterclass to help you discover the most flattering lip shades and formulas, the ones that are right for you. So if you would like access to that, to my New Year gift to you, just comment lipstick and I will send it to you. And also get your hands on my, look at this, I got makeup on my shirt. That's awesome. This is fun. Go to SelenaBeasley.co and look up all the freebies that you can snag from me, the High Performers Guide to Camera Ready Makeup. You can take the skin undertone quiz. It's right there, SelenaBeasley.co under freebies. And I hope that you enjoy. Have a great day.